good news. We have some gentlemen and women with me in the studio. TBK Emmanuel is from CYFI Fellow. We'll get into, the acronym CYFI as we move on. It's good to have in the studio.
Right, thank you.
All right, and also to Sarah Lewis Wikina. She's also a CYFI Fellow. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right, great. We barely met, I believe we met like 5 minutes ago, so we actually didn't talk much about what sci-fi means. I was going to ask if it has anything to do with Netflix, but this is a very good opportunity for me to know. So what is sci-fi? And sci-fi is spelled CYFI.
All right. CYFI, it's an acronym for the Carrington Youth Fellowship Initiative. It's a project by the U.S. Consulate General, Lagos, through which it gathers exceptional Nigerian youth, grooms them, trains them, and gives them an opportunity to impact their communities positively and network with top U.S. officials and top Nigerian officials. So that's basically what CYFI is about. Now, I will equally want to state that CYFI was instituted in honor of Walter Carrington. Walter Carrington was a former U.S. ambassador to Nigeria who happens to be very passionate. In fact, he has a Nigerian wife, and he stood up to Abacha in the Abacha days. So we as fellows embodying his ideals, and we're trying to bring his ideals to bear in the Nigerian context. I
believe this is something that you pretty much started in Lagos, and it's sort of new in Port Harcourt, right?
Yes.
So what is the purpose of the formation?
Okay. Usually, CYFI was instituted in 2011, and they've had fellows from Lagos ever since. But last year, they decided to step up their game, expand their reach, and come down to the Niger Delta to spread the goodwill of the American people and to train the Niger Delta youth. So we are the first class of CYFI fellows in Port Harcourt. And we are glad because by 2016, sometime in March, we are going to be having a next class of CYFI fellows. So our project is to we are working on a community on an environmental sustainability project, which is known as the Eden
in River State.
Because we felt that coming from Port Harcourt, that Port Harcourt used to be known as the Garden City. It is still known as the Garden City, but most of that is in the name. We have dead cleanouts and our city is defaced. So what we are trying to do is get a project that will inspire our city to get back to that glory status. But most importantly, we want people to see waste as a means to wealth, not a problem.
I think this is the right time to actually embark on a beautiful project like that, especially now that we're dealing with the outbreak of Lassa fever.
Yes.
All right, let me mess with Sarah just a little bit.
Okay.
What is the full meaning of Eden, GCP? A lot of acronyms going on here. What does it represent?
Eden simply means Environmental Deficiency Elimination for the Nation. GCP is Garden City Project, because it is believed that Port Harcourt is to be known as a Garden City, so we're doing a Garden City project.
All right. So, which of the locations in Port Harcourt are you embarking on this cleanup project in Garden City, Sarah?
We're embarking on this project in Diob. Diob is our case study, our model.
Why?
Because it is believed that Diob is the center of Port Harcourt.
Someone might someone might think that that's a much more civilized way of saying Diob needs a lot of cleaning up to do, right?
No, not really. All parts of Port Harcourt need cleaning, but we need to start from somewhere. So we think Diob has one of the largest markets in Port Harcourt City, in West Africa to be precise. So we decided to start from Diob.
Okay.
And let me add something here. Most of the wealth that comes out of Port Harcourt, if it's not oil-based, comes from Diob.
That's right.
Diob has raised exceptional people. our former governor, Chibika Amechi, a lot of people came out from Diobu. But Diobu seems to be lacking behind. So we wanted to start our project there to make a statement that Diobu, it's in our hearts. We understand the place of Diobu. And then we want to inspire people so that when they become wealthy, they can go back to their communities and create a lasting change.
It's a very, very beautiful idea, I must say. I do hope you're bringing some media houses along, with this particular project you're embarking on. What are your methods of achieving this particular purpose of EDEN and GCP?
Okay.
The methods we have outlined, we've started already with a cleanup sensitization with My One Market. It's usually done once in a month, and we've gone there for 3 times. And we're also doing an online campaign trying to sensitize people on waste management. And tomorrow, to be precise, we'll be at My One Market again. Apart from the cleanup, we're still going to do a proper sensitization with the traders in My One Market. And we already have a website running and a Facebook page where people get to sign up, like our page, get to read more. We have articles, our blogs are on for people to see and learn more about waste management.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
TBK Emmanuel from CYFI Fellow. It's a CYFI Fellow, and Sarah Lewis working as also a CYFI Fellow from Carrington Youth Fellowship Initiative, an initiative of the U.S. Consulate in Lagos. I hate to take you guys back, but what has been the experiences you've had in terms of reaching out and doing this type of project, probably in Lagos? TBK.
We wouldn't say we can't talk about Lagos because we are not Lagos Fellows, even though we've interacted with them. But the Lagos Fellows have done some amazing jobs. There is a site called ashejere.com. ashejere.com. Sorry, I'm not Yoruba. It's actually a site that helps small SMEs, and it started as a sci-fi project. It started as a sci-fi project. So we have a lot of projects like that. The Lagos people have been able to initiate and carry out. You understand? What we are doing as regards our experiences, I can give you a peep into what it is. When we started doing sensitization projects in the My One Market, when we started the cleanup exercise, another group came to meet us and said, okay, that they will help us to gather the whole market so that we can sensitize, that they love what we are doing. So that's a beautiful experience. One of the places that we have our environmental sustainability clubs, because we run clubs in schools in Diobu, is the James College. And the children are excited, their teachers are excited, and it's more like everybody wants to move on the bandwagon. Okay, so there is nothing like, we have a tag like a world without trash. So we are making people see that really everything in nature is designed not to be trash. So everybody's excited and they're getting carried along.
CYFI Fellows are trying to change the world. The direction now is the city of Port Harcourt, and Diobu precisely is where they have chosen to embark on this very super project. Someone else is in the studio with us, Victor Okechukwu. He's just stepping in. I believe he was held up in traffic or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late.
All right. It's good to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
The next question is for you. I believe that this project you've embarked on is not mainly for you guys alone. How can people also participate in the project?
Well, we are very excited to have people on board with us. You can interact with us online. That's the first point of call. We appreciate when young people and older people, anybody who is young at heart and is interested in the cleanliness of PHC. That's our own Port Harcourt city. So you could interact with us on Facebook. Our Twitter handle is at Eden_GCP. And then for Facebook, it's www.facebook.com/EdenGCP. Eden is EDEN and then GCP. So other ways, if anybody has any information the person would like to drop on areas that the waste collector has been inconsistent or has been doing a very bad job, we would like to hear about it on edengcp@gmail.com. We also have hotlines that you could call. For instance, you could call our phone number and Chibike here will give that to us.
What if in a situation where someone has probably a distress report to give concerning his area? He doesn't live in Diobu. Maybe he lives elsewhere that you guys are not particularly looking at the moment. What can your group do? What can you guys do to help that area?
Well, we are very interested in the overall environment in Port Harcourt. We are interested in environmental protection. And when anything goes wrong in any part of the state, it's our business, so to speak, even though it's not the main core of what we are looking at. So what we can do is we keep talking about it. Just talking about it brings the attention of the stakeholders to the matter. And before you know it, by and large, something will be done about it.
All right, so the email is edengcp@gmail.com.
Yes.
edengcp@gmail.com. Besides those who would probably want to participate in this project through email, through electronic means, what about those who are on ground in Diobu? How can they participate in this?
Okay, very good. You could meet us on Thursday. We are going to be doing a market sanitation exercise and a sensitization too. So we'll be there at my one market from 7 a.m. till around 11 a.m. So all we are saying is people should come in colors of green or white.
All right,
Join us as we walk in my one market on Thursday.
Also, to add to what Victor has said, we have over 20 man-standing volunteers, people that have indicated interest. So far, so good. They've been working hard, going to deal with us. So people can sign up online to be a volunteer. It's free. Admission is free.
All right, we have a minute to round this up. What is your the next big project?
All right. Before the big project, we have over 300 volunteers around the world that are spreading our messages. All right, so they can join us online. Our next big project is known as the International Trash Conference. It's going to be coming up sometime in February. We will relate the date to people. We want to show people practically how to convert waste to wealth. In practical terms, bring in big names. We have already a keynote speaker. Her name is Adebi Ibilikisi, one of the most amazing young experts from Nigeria. She runs We Cyclers. It's a social enterprise that converts waste to wealth. And so we will be teaching people on practical ways on how to convert their waste to wealth.
Voice of Chibike Emmanuel from CYFI. All right, is a CYFI fellow. And Sarah Lewis Wikina, also a CYFI fellow. Also in the studio is Victor Okechukwu, a CYFI fellow as well, from Carrington Youth Fellowship Initiative. And this is an initiative of the U.S. Consulate in Lagos State, Nigeria. And they're embarking on a similar project here in Port Harcourt. And I think we should applaud them for this very kind gesture. Thank you guys for coming to the studios of Family Love.